Hi, my name is Laurel, and this is my 2020. I'm in grade 9, and I go to Langley Fundamental. And I became a Christian when I was about 9 years old. When my mom passed away, my family was actually invited out to church, and so that's sort of where I found Jesus. I'd say my relationship with God has gotten a lot stronger over the years, and even recently with everything going on in the world.
How did you start coming to Rev?
Well, it's kind of a funny story. So about 2 years ago, my brother was actually invited out to Rev by one of his friends, and I decided to come as well. And so I showed up to Rev's fall launch, and I met all the leaders, and just thought, this is a good place, and I felt really welcomed, and yeah.
How have you found community at Rev this last year?
Well, it's definitely been a hard year with COVID, but Rev being very active online, the Bible plans and the Instagram lives we did when we were all in lockdown really motivated me to lean into God instead of kind of lose that connection when COVID was really hard. So that's just been helping me be very persistent with my relationship.
What does the community that you've gotten at Rev meant to you?
It just means a lot to be able to show up on a Tuesday night and know that all the leaders really genuinely care, and that's really evident, and also all the relationships I've formed with people at Rev and how it feels like a family. And I love just being able to pray with my hub and talk about our weeks and really have that connection.
So what would you say to somebody who maybe feels like they're struggling to find community at Rev currently, or community currently?
I would say really reach out, because all the leaders and all your hub members really want to see you at Rev, and they really want to have connections with you and build friendships with you. And so just showing up to Rev on a Tuesday night on Zoom and getting to know the people in your hub and building those relationships.
Totally. Can you think of any moments maybe where you really felt that the girls in your hub were behind you, maybe you were going through something hard or something going on in your family where you were this is my place, these are my people, this is my community? Can you think of any times or situations or stories?
When we went back to school, after we hadn't gone back for a while, I had a lot of anxiety about going back, and just the possibility of things going wrong, and I was just not at a good place before going back to school. And so really reaching out to my hub and those girls really made it a lot more enjoyable and really eased my anxiety about that. And I feel this year has made me think about what my priorities are, and really making sure that my relationship with God is one of them. A lot of things that aren't ideal have happened in 2020, the loss of Rev Camp and sports being shut down and all the restrictions, not being able to see my friends. But it's really cool how Rev as a community has used that, and we're just thinking of ways to keep that going. I started Bible studies over FaceTime with my friend Anna, and just things like that that really turn into beautiful things, COVID. That's very not a positive thing for a lot of people, but it's cool how God uses those situations and makes things out of them. And that is a bit about my 2020 and the community that has come out of it.